Verse 29 of the third chapter of the Gospel of John is before us here. John has been explaining to his followers, who apparently are concerned that John is being upstaged by Jesus because both of them are carrying on a separate baptismal ministry, reminds them that he has been emphasizing all along that Jesus is the one who is going to be taking precedence, that he who came after John the Baptist is actually preferred before him. We've heard that kind of language before. And now in a rather remarkable additional aspect of the conversation, he makes the following comment, which borrows from Old Testament imagery of the marriage between God and his people, and in a sense likens the status of Christ here, who he's been preparing the way for, to that of a bridegroom. And while we might have expected John to identify himself with the bride, he doesn't. He calls himself a friend of the bride in an interesting sort of way, as we see here, beginning with ho. It's the article, masculine, singular, nominative, and actually it goes with this word nymphos, which means bridegroom. It is tied to the participle that intervenes here from echo, I have. This is the participle. We would translate it the having, tain nymphane, the bride, bridegroom, estin is. So it translates as the having the bride is the bridegroom. That is who he is. The one who has the bride is by definition the bridegroom. At least implicitly, John is saying that that's not me. That's not the role that I'm playing here. Who is John, therefore? He now proceeds to identify himself as the philos. This word philos, of course, phileo, and philos, all have to do with love or a friendship in this case, so the masculine singular nominative, the philos, the friend, de here, the soft conjunction. So the one who has the bride is the bridegroom, but the philos, the friend to nympheu of the bridegroom, ho, the standing from istemi and from akuo here, hearing, so the standing and hearing him. By the way, akuo takes the genitive sometimes, so that's the reason autou is there, the genitive, singular, masculine of autos. So the hearing, the standing and hearing him, then this very interesting construction, kaire, rejoices, kara, with reference to joy. It's a way of making it very emphatic that this is a kind of overwhelming sense of flooding joy that is being expressed here. It's not simply saying rejoices greatly, which is the way it's normally translated, but it is really intranslatable, but it conveys the idea rejoices in joy, or rejoices with respect to joy. And so there is in this package an idea of an overwhelming sense of joy. So the friend, which is obviously what John is identifying himself with, who stands and hears him, the bridegroom, rejoices with an overwhelming kind of joy on account of, dia takes the accusative here, on account of the voice to nympheu of the bridegroom. Hearing the bridegroom's joy, rejoicing with respect to the bride, the friend of the bridegroom rejoices with the one who rejoices, and of course that is what John is indicating here. So this, haute, demonstrative pronoun, goes with kara. This, the joy, therefore, un, he, eme, peplerotai, the of men, of me. So this joy of me, peplero, from pleroo, means to fill to the top, or to fill to overflowing. This is the perfect of that verb, so it, third person, singular, perfect, active indicative, is brought to its complete fullness, and the perfect tense suggests it's brought to that fullness and remains there in that state of complete fullness.